You know the truth about this relationship. You know it. Maybe you've known for 3 months, maybe 3 years, but you know. That weight in your chest when the phone rings. That exhaustion when you think about the weekend together. That relief, God, that guilty relief when they cancel plans. I'm not here to tell you anything new, Scorpio. I'm here to name what you've been hiding. In a few days, it's February 14th, Valentine's Day, the holiday of love. But for you, this isn't a celebration. This is an exam, and you're terrified you're going to fail it. Right now, February 8th through 10th, Venus, the planet of love, is under pressure. Venus in Aries meets Pluto, your ruler. This isn't romance. This is an X-ray. The stars are holding up a mirror, and you're looking away. You feel the lie sharper than any other sign. It's your gift, the ability to see through masks, to smell deception 3 rooms away. You were built with a radar for truth. But here's the trap. You can see everyone else's shadows, just not your own. I've sat across from hundreds of Scorpios, strong, controlled, impenetrable, and every single one said the same thing. I can fix this. I can change them. I can't make you leave. That's not my role. I can only show you the mirror. But mirrors don't lie. We just avoid looking when we're afraid of what we'll see. So let me ask something, and don't give me the easy answer. Why are you staying? Don't tell me it's love. Love doesn't keep you in a cage. The real reason is deeper, darker. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to name it. You'll recognize it immediately, because you already know. You tell yourself it's complicated. That's the first lie. It's not complicated. You just don't like the simple truth. Let me show you what I see when I look at your situation. Not through astrology yet, through behavior. You justify their actions to your friends more often than you share happy moments. When someone asks how you're doing, you rehearse the answer in your head first. You edit yourself. You soften the edges. You protect them from judgment. And you hate yourself a little bit for it. Here's another sign. You plan conversations in your mind. You practice how to say what you feel without triggering their anger. You calculate your words like you're defusing a bomb. That's not intimacy. That's survival mode. Your body knows the truth, even when your mind refuses to see it. When you think about them, what's the first sensation? Not joy. It's a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach. Sometimes it's relief when they cancel plans, and then guilt for feeling relieved. This is not love. This is a loop. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance. I'll call it simpler. You prefer the lie because the truth demands action, and action terrifies you more than staying does. Here's what's really happening. You're not in love with the person. You're in love with who they could become, with their potential, with the version of them you saw once, maybe at the beginning, maybe in a rare moment of vulnerability. You're in love with a ghost. And Scorpio, this is your trap. Your gift is seeing depth in people. You see the diamond buried in the coal, but you confuse potential with reality. You think your love can transform them, that if you just hold on long enough, burn bright enough, they'll finally change. But transformation doesn't work that way. People don't change because you love them hard enough. They change because they choose to. And if they haven't chosen by now, they won't. The cycles of fighting and reconciliation create dependency. Pain, then relief. Pain, then relief. Your nervous system starts craving the swing. It becomes addictive. That rush when they apologize, when they promise to do better, when they pull you close after pushing you away. That's not connection. That's a hook in your flesh. Let me give you a test. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You're still in this relationship. Nothing has changed. Same patterns, same excuses, same exhaustion. What do you feel? If the answer is despair instead of peace, you already know. Here's the second test. If your daughter, your sister, your best friend was in the exact same relationship, what would you tell them? Be honest. What advice would you give? Now say that to yourself. Every day you stay in this lie is a day stolen from your real life. You're building on sand. The wave is coming. It always does. Carl Jung said it perfectly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. But here's what makes it so hard to leave. It's not just the relationship you're afraid to lose. It's the truth about yourself you're afraid to face. You're not weak. You're not stupid. You're not too sensitive. Staying in a toxic relationship isn't a lack of strength. It's fear of the void. And Scorpio, let me be clear, you don't fear pain. You fear loss of control. Leaving means admitting you couldn't fix this, couldn't save them, couldn't transform them. That's the wound. Your nature is to see depth, to believe in potential, to hold the vision of what someone could become. This is your gift. The same gift that makes you a healer, a catalyst, a force of transformation. But here's the trap. You've fallen in love with a ghost. Not the person in front of you, the person they could be, the version that exists only in your mind. And every time they hurt you, you tell yourself, they're just not there yet. They need more time, more love, more of me. So you pour and pour and pour until you're empty. This isn't love. This is a cycle. Fight, then relief. Pain, then reconciliation. Your nervous system starts to crave the swing, the drop, then the high. It becomes the rhythm you know. But rhythm isn't peace. It's just predictable chaos. Pluto, your ruler, doesn't teach through comfort. He teaches through crisis. These relationships aren't punishment. They're curriculum. The lesson? You must learn to let go, not of people, of the illusion that you can control their choices. Venus right now, under pressure, is showing you something critical. Your worth cannot depend on whether someone stays. Your value is internal, fixed, untouchable. Remember the myth of Persephone. She ate the pomegranate seeds, knowing it would bind her to Hades. The question isn't, why did she stay? It's, what did she get in return? What are you getting in return for your freedom? Let me name the real fears, the ones you don't say out loud. You're afraid that if you leave, it proves you were wrong from the start, that you wasted years, that your judgment failed. You're afraid you'll be alone, that no one else will love you this deeply, this intensely. You're afraid of the silence, because in silence, you'll hear the questions you've been ignoring for years. But you know what's scarier? Waking up 10 years from now and realizing you lived someone else's life. Venus has given you a window, February 8th through 10th. 3 days when the truth will scream louder than usual. You can ignore it, but it won't disappear. What do I suggest you do? I'll tell you now, but I warn you, this won't be easy. Step 1. The mirror ritual. Take a piece of paper. Write 2 lists. List A. Why am I staying? Be honest. Don't write love. Dig deeper. Fear of being alone? Money? Habit? Hope that they'll change? Write it. All of it. List B. Who was I before this relationship? What did I lose? Friends? Hobbies? Confidence? Joy? What parts of yourself did you bury to keep the peace? Read both lists out loud. In the dark. Alone. This is your confession to yourself. Step 2. The astrological window. Venus squares Pluto, February 8th through 10th. This is the moment when masks fall on their own. Here's what you do. Observe. Don't act impulsively. Just watch. Watch how they react when you set a boundary. Watch how you feel after a conversation, drained or filled. Watch if there's reciprocity. Or are you the only one pulling this weight? Write it down. Facts, not interpretations. Step 3. The conversation or the exit. You can give one last chance, but not to them, to yourself. If you choose the conversation, say the truth without blame. I feel invisible. I'm tired. I need change, or I need to leave. Don't wait for promises. Wait for action. Give it 1 week, not 1 year. If you choose the exit, you don't owe an explanation. You don't owe waiting for the right moment. February is your moment. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't change them. You can change your choice." Step 4. Fill the void before you leave. Scorpio fears emptiness, so fill it before you go. Reclaim one hobby you abandoned. Call one friend you've been ignoring. Write down 10 things you'll do when you're free. The void is only terrifying when it's empty. Fill it with yourself. This is the protocol. It's not a guarantee of painlessness. It's a map out of the cage. You came here knowing the truth. I just gave it a name. You saw the lie. You named the fear. You received the map. This is not the end of pain. This is the beginning of honesty. And honesty, Scorpio, is your only way home. Soon we enter the waters of Pisces, the last sign of the cycle, the time of ego dissolution, preparing for the rebirth of Aries. If you make your choice now, in February, by March you will be ready for a new beginning. But first, fire. Scorpio knows the phoenix does not rise without ashes. You must burn the old self, the one who stayed too long, the one who believed love meant suffering. That version of you is dying. Let it. You know what's most terrifying about this relationship? Not that it's toxic, but that you've grown used to the toxin. And part of you fears life without it. You've adapted to the poison. Your body learns to metabolize the pain. You call it resilience. But resilience is not the same as thriving. A caged bird can survive. It doesn't mean it should stay in the cage. Here is the secret. Freedom only scares slaves. You are not a slave. You are Scorpio. You die and rise. It is your nature. Trust it. On February 14th, you will meet either with a lie or with the truth. The lie will come wrapped in flowers, in promises, in "I'll change." The truth will come quiet, in your gut, in the tightness of your chest when you imagine another year of this. Listen to your body. It has never lied to you. Your mind lies. Your heart lies. Your body knows. I have watched thousands of souls stand at this exact crossroads. Some chose comfort. They stayed. They convinced themselves it would get better. I see them years later, older, emptier, still waiting for the change that never came. Others chose truth. They left. They walked into the void, trembling. I see them too, lighter, freer, whole. The difference was not luck. It was one decision, one moment of courage. Venus is handing you that moment, February 8th through 10th. 3 days when the mask falls, whether you pull it or not. You can look away. You can pretend you didn't see, but the mirror will still be there, waiting. And every time you avoid it, the reflection gets harder to face. This is not a punishment, Scorpio. This is Pluto's gift. He does not teach through comfort. He teaches through crisis. These relationships are not your failure. They are your initiation. The question is, will you pass the test, or will you repeat the class? You are not alone in this void. The stars have walked this path. The ancients knew this pain. Every Scorpio before you has stood here, at the edge of the known, staring into the dark. Some jumped. Some didn't. The ones who jumped, they became the myths, the phoenix, the transformer. The one who dies and returns stronger. That story is not metaphor. It is blueprint. You are writing it right now. Gamma, February 14th. A day the world calls love. But you, Scorpio, know better. Love is not roses and chocolates. Love is not endurance. Love is truth. Love is freedom. Love is the courage to walk away from what no longer serves your soul. If you stay in the lie, you dishonor love. If you choose truth, you honor yourself. And that is the only love that lasts. Gamma the Phoenix is waiting. Not in the future, not after the pain, right now. In the ashes you are standing in. It is waiting for you to stop resisting the fire, to stop clinging to what is already burning, to let go and rise. Gamma, you are exactly where you need to be. Onyx is with you. Gamma.